All right, this is your host Shane with Mountain Crypto. I cannot believe that I just did a 15-minute stream with charts, all kinds of good stuff, and I was kind of just deleting them as I went. Huh, I can't even believe it. Um, so I'm going to give you the abbreviated method because I got rid of so many of those links. Maybe I can look it up in the history. But I wanted to talk to you today. Okay, I guess I can. I want to talk to you today about the Bitcoin price, where it's going to go. I want to talk to you about if altcoin season's going to hit. I want to talk to you about stocks versus Bitcoin. And I would like to talk with you about where the price is going pre-halving and after halving, what I'm doing, why I expect what I expect, um, and the ETF inflows and all that good stuff. So let's start with the price of Bitcoin. First off, we we spiked on Coinbase this morning. I saw that it had hit over 73,000. Um, CoinGecko, for some reason, is only showing up to 72, not quite 73, but I did see it hit 73 on Coinbase this morning. And so that means the third time that we have almost touched 74. This would be the third touch. Okay, I'm pulling up here. I'm checking Bitcoin right here on Coinbase because I did look at it and that's where it was. So why CoinGecko is not shooting that up? Yeah, and now Coinbase is actually corrected and the chart is not quite showing above 73. So that's pretty interesting. But we are showing definitely 7269, 72777. So very close to the 73 is what we're showing. So I believe this is a third time that we've hit the all-time high. That confirms it. My problem is when you look at the hourly here, you see that we already dropped down to 71 level, and now we're just kind of stabilizing right here. Actually, we're sloping down a little bit, back down to 71.6. So we're staying right around 71 area, 71,000. Why am I worried that it's not going to stay up? I'm not worried. I'm a long-term Bitcoin holder. Doesn't bother me. It could go down. In fact, there was an article on here. I don't know if I got rid of it yet. Let's see if it's in the history here. Like I said, I just did a podcast and nothing's saved. I've All right, let's see here. Okay, this I think is it right here. All right. So yeah, Bitcoin halving will have to battle with the weak time of year. What does that mean? This Cointelegraph, Clarion Lions tells us about this. Talks about those that are shorting against Bitcoin. He talks about the level once it goes above 69 and hits the 70,000, they're going to get liquidated. So that's all happened. They got liquidated, and now that's what pumped Bitcoin up to the 73, whatnot. But the problem is most people there is a consensus that people will sell at 70,000 as well. The good news is the follow-up article. This was done by crypto analyst Dylan LeClaire that Bitcoin is not going to go below 50,000. That just seems nearly impossible. He's done the calculations here. This is also based on the short, all the sales that would happen, and what would happen if Bitcoin raises to 70,000. and how this would affect it, and then the sell-off that would happen. Okay, so that's happened, and now we're seeing the price start to go down. That's my take on it. Okay, so what does that mean? Does that mean that we're doomed? Let's look at the ETF, not the stock to flow. I want to look at ETF tracker. Okay, this is not the one I want. ETF tracker, inflow chart. This should be it. Oh, darn. I want a current one. This is, I don't know, TradingView might be good. Let's look at that one. Okay, bear with me here. No, I don't like that one either. Sorry, I lost all these. I closed them out. I had the right ones opened. Let's see what we got here. This one looking better. This one's looking better. That's Matt Kaiser. That's not what I want. All right, I'll try one more time here. I can remember the numbers, but I wanted to give you a visual to go by. Okay, this might be it. All right, so the inflows, when they started back at the beginning of the year, they were, some of them, look at them, the numbers, 3 million, as low as 3 million going in, okay? So then now, as of right here, this is about March the 3rd, January, February, March the 3rd, you can see the numbers are now in the billions, okay? 52 billion inflow. That's the total. So you got Grayscale, you've got Bitwise, BlackRock, VanEck, Franklin Templeton, all these guys here, and then the blue line on the top is the total, all right? These are all the inflows. Well, since that time in March, when we reached the new all-time high for that time, we peaked up at about 60 billion, and now we are just kind of stabilizing between that 55 or 54 and 60 billion range for the last March, April, and we're almost done with April. So for over a month and a half, here we are kind of going sideways with the inflows, okay? So, and Grayscale is not depleting, they're just about sold out. At some point, they're going to stop selling out. BlackRock is going to surpass them as the #1 Bitcoin holder, okay? So that's sideways. This price spike, I believe, is due to the pre-hype, the pre-halving hype, okay? But look at how could BlackRock affect cryptocurrency or Grayscale or Fidelity or ARK or any of these big players in the game, especially BlackRock, especially Grayscale, and to a lesser degree Fidelity, but definitely Fidelity could do. When you look at what the United States did last week and a half ago, when they dropped, was it 200 and some coins onto the market, okay, it wasn't billions of dollars, I think it was just millions. They dropped it onto Coinbase, and our price dove to $64,000. Okay, what's coming up? April 15th, tax time. Some people might need to sell some of this Bitcoin. They're selling now. We're seeing sales. People are up above 70. Most people are in profit. Some people might sell, wanting money for tax time, afraid of tax time. Okay, people wait till the last minute to do their taxes, and they find out they need money. That could put pressure. These companies, they could just dump some onto Coinbase or Binance or any one of these big exchanges, cause the price to drop $10,000, just like that. Okay. I think that's what's going to happen. All right. That the price is going to drop. How it's going to drop, who's going to do it, I don't know. I think the price is built in. I had speculated that we were going to have a drop. I was very doubtful of it a few days ago. Thought, man, maybe we're not going to have that drop. I mean, we're going to have a spike, one last spike before the drop, the last drop that would last for weeks. That would be a double-digit drop, 10 to 30%. And now I'm seeing confirmation that it is going to follow that trend. I could be wrong. This is not financial advice. This is not investing advice. I'm not sponsored by anyone here. This is just a guy doing research. You can do the same research. Sometimes you're right, sometimes we're wrong. It's just the way it is. But I do move accordingly to the signs that I see. Okay? And you should do the same thing. I'm not selling Bitcoin. It doesn't matter. It could drop to 50,000. I'm not selling it. I'm a long-term hodler. I buy it when it's cheap, more so. And sometimes I even buy it when it's high. Less so. But that's how I am. The altcoins, we're going to talk about altcoin season. But I want to give you some more information on this drop. I want you to think about the halvening. Go back to the first halvening, okay? Or 2012, I think it was 25 coins, and then, or in 2016, it was, maybe that was 24 coins, and then in 18, in 16, it went to 12. I think it was 12 coins in 2016, and then when we had the next halvening, it dropped in half to 6, which is what we see now. So you think, oh, well, that's only 50%. Well, that halved from the time before. So, the 12 was 24. That was 50%. So when it went from 12 to the 6 that we're currently mining right now that's a 25% drop. And this time, from the 6 to half of that, the 3, then it's going to only be 12%, right? But there's been more halvenings. So in reality, the reduction in Bitcoin is not a double-digit reduction anymore from the beginning of the halvenings. It's only a fraction, okay? It's only a fraction. So you look at it as, oh, we're getting half as much Bitcoin, but sell pressure, market manipulation, things like that, the halving isn't going to make this instant huge demand for Bitcoin, okay? That isn't going to create it. And we can see the charts. We can see what's happening. We reached a certain height, and now we're starting to sell for the price of Bitcoin right now, happening right now. We see the ETFs. The inflow goes up, and now it's leveling off, okay? You could say, well, Grayscale is not selling off as much. Okay, great. If they stop selling off, the halvening, they'll just level out the playing field again, okay? It's still going to level out. So I think those are things to consider, all right? I don't think we're going to see a big jump from now until after the halvening. I think it's going to take weeks and weeks. Now, let's say, Guitar puts in $1 billion, $500 million in cryptocurrency, or I think some people have said more than that even. Other countries are talking about it. We've got exchanges opening in South Korea. Could these put more demand on Bitcoin and continue our slow, gradual reach up? That could happen. It could happen. But based on what I know right now and what I see right now, I have to speculate that we're going to have a drop. Anywhere from 10 to 30%. That's my wild guess, okay? Luckily, I've been buying Bitcoin. It doesn't affect me. But let's look at the altcoin market and I think I got rid of that one too. I had everything up here. Where is the altcoin market? Let me see here. I had a really great altcoin market. Okay, here we go. One of these, hopefully. I think it's this one. Let's hope I got it right for once. Yay! Okay, wow. Since I looked at this, so my first recording was 57%. We are heading into altcoin season by current indications, okay? I've already seen some altcoins go up. This blue line indicates altcoin season at 75% dominance. I usually like to see it, I like to see it, way down here and catch it before it gets anywhere near it. When coins are 90% below or they're new coins or whatever, but we are in the heat of altcoin season, according to most Bitcoin folks. When you see 85% or more, you are in the heat of altcoin season, okay? And that's when it gets extremely dangerous. But you can see altcoin season, it spikes up and then it spikes down. So it is really a gambler's game. But right now, we're on the increase. So that's good. It says 61%. So we can't even see that chart, just jumped all the way up to here. If you're into altcoins, this might be a good time. As Bitcoin goes down, hopefully we will see people that are, long-term crypto people taking some of that Bitcoin money and saying, you know what, I'm going to move some of that Bitcoin wins into altcoins and try to win on altcoins, and that could push the altcoin season up. So keep an eye on that if that is your game. All right, two more subjects. One was the Max Keiser, what he had to say, and I did have a new listing advisory for you, cryptodaily.co.uk, Tensor NFT to launch TNSR on Coinbase soon. According to this, I'm not investing in this or anything. I don't make any money off any of this, except I have a referral fee, referral signups. If that's something you're interested in, you benefit, I benefit. It's a service you're going to use anyway. It's not for new coins or anything like that. I'm not pushing any new coins. I'm not selling these. I'm not advising you buy them. I'm just telling you about it. But Tensor is Solana based. This could be something you're interested in if you want to check this out. There you go. So that's what I saw. Okay. I don't know if I still have the Max Keiser story. I wanted to tell you about that. Let's see if it's still on here. I don't think it is. History. I like Max Keiser. He's one of the original. I might be the Bitcoin OG. That means older gentleman. But he's a real Bitcoin OG. Original guy, early investor. He says that Bitcoin, buying it now is like buying Berkshire Hathaway shares at $1,500. How much is Berkshire Hathaway going for now? According to this tweet, $628,000. So, yeah, quite a few multitudes of win there. If you respect what he has to say, then that might be something to consider. So, that begs the question, what is better? Should we invest into stock, or should we invest into cryptocurrency? Which one? Should we invest into both of them? There was an interesting article here, which I'm going to see if I can find it. Where was it? Boy. It was about the stock. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna talk to you about it. The article was, should you invest in Coinbase stock? I'm not against Coinbase. I think it's a great model. I feel like they're kind of aligned as a U.S. government corporation because they're holding all the ETFs practically. They are licensed. They fought with the SCE and won. They're proving to be quite powerful as far as in the United States, which let's face it, that's where a lot of money is, and that's where things happen. Um, Even as bad as everything is with freedom and the whole cryptocurrency, being out of the reach of the average person on a large degree. Coinbase is the one that's giving us our inroads in a large manner. So, as far as investing in cryptocurrency stocks like Grayscale and Coinbase and things like that, I don't want to invest in ETFs, their stocks. That's just me. I have invested in Grayscale early on. For some reason, I had a gut impulse to sell it, and I sold it before it made its big dive, before it started selling all the cryptocurrency. I'm very thankful for that. But I have invested in MicroStrategy. And the reason I invest in MicroStrategy is because he actually holds Bitcoin and he actually has a business that produces services and sales. So I believe in that business model. I like that he's incorporated Coinbase into it. And I feel that if I am going to invest in a cryptocurrency type business or company, that would be the one that I want to be in. I'm also invested in the Celsius battle. I had money invested in Celsius. I was speculative on that, and I ended up getting a settlement where they gave me back a small portion of my Bitcoin and ETH, and they also gave me shares in a mining company. So I'm hoping that that will be productive as they move forward. It's a pretty good company. I think that's worth sticking with and seeing if they get listed on the stock exchange. How that all works, who knows? I could lose everything, or maybe we'll do good. Hopefully, we'll do good. That company has been successful. Coinbase, I'm not objecting to investing in Coinbase. I have had a little bit of money in. I took it out. Wasn't making the gains that I wanted. I felt that I should allocate that money somewhere else, so that's what I did. I don't object to investing in it again. But when it comes to stock versus cryptocurrency, I obviously am very heavy in cryptocurrency, but I do believe you should have a portfolio that's diversified. So I do have stocks. I like dividend bearing stocks. I like stocks that have proved to give the best dividends over decades and decades and decades and decades. Okay. So some of the stocks that I have picked have been like Apple. You might want to invest in Microsoft. I'm not a big Microsoft fan, but it does fit the criteria. There's defense companies, if that's something you're objecting to because of, wars and bombs, that might not want to be something you're in. But there's a couple different those that do it. Apple, like I said, there's several. Johnson and Johnson's another company. I don't really align with their practices, but it has been productive and a good dividend earner for many decades. There's several companies that you could look into that are high dividend. You just look up highest long-term dividend bearing accounts, and they'll give you lists of the top dividend bearing accounts. I would say, yeah, have some of those in your portfolio. Also, I personally like agriculture, so I have agricultural REITs. REITs is a real estate investing. I like the ones that you can trade with on the exchange. REITs in general, once you get in them, they're hard to get out of. So I like the ones that are traded on the stock exchanges because then I can get in and out of them very quickly. They typically pay 5 to 15% dividends per year, so those can be good. Real estate's shaky, so you got to be careful what part of the real estate market you go into, whether it be single housing, apartments, business, commercial. Some of those markets are not good markets to be in right now, so you'll have to do research on that. But I like farming, so I'm in farming. I'm in certain more high risk, like mining companies, so I invest in some of those. And treasuries are actually not too bad for something more stable to put in your portfolio. And some of the higher interest rate short-term ones seem like worth having for the next 6 months or so. So that might be something you look into too. So I would have a balanced view on that if I were you. All right. I think that's about it. I think I've told you where I stand. I'm watching my altcoins. Every altcoins are not the base altcoins are doing good on the base network. The ones on ETH, they're a mixed bag. Solano's kind of going like that, and then the stuff that I have on Cosmos seems to be going about like that. We did talk about airdrops and how to do that in the last few days, some of the ones that I'm excited about. So we'll see what happens in the next few weeks. But other than that, I'm just holding tight on Bitcoin and watching my altcoins. Looks like we might be getting a little taste of a little bit of an altcoin season, but keep an eye on that constantly. If that's the game you're playing, put in some stop losses and limits and all that stuff. And that's it for now. I am out of here. Hopefully I got this one filmed right. I don't lose it.